Good day, future nurses. Now let's proceed to our next discussions in community health nursing, which is the case management. So at the end of our discussions, we need to define the case management and care coordinations, and compare the differences. And we need also to discuss the philosophy and guiding principles of case management. We need to identify the origin and purpose of the case management. We need also to identify the case management process. We need here to discuss the roles and characteristic of case management in a reform healthcare environment. We need to incorporate the case management concept into the clinical practice setting. And lastly, we need to identify the educational preparations and skills recommended for case managers. Okay, let's talk about the overview of the case management. So when we say case management is a healthcare approach where nurses or other health professions coordinates care and services per patient to make sure they get the right treatment at the right time from the right provider. So it has become an important intervention strategy in quality improvement initiative because it organizes care. Bakit? It's avoid duplications of services and wasted resources. Second, connects patients to services. So we need to link them to doctors, social services, medications, or community programs. Third one, improve outcomes. So patients are more likely to recover or manage their illness better. And then we have your reduced costs, prevents unnecessary hospital admissions or emergency visit. And last one, we have ensure continuity of care. So that is our patients feel supported throughout their health journey. According to the official definitions of case management from the Case Management Society of America, let me explain it simply. Case management is a teamwork process where nurses and other healthcare workers assess, check the patient's health needs. Second, plan, decide what care and services needed. Third one, facilitate, make sure the services are arranged. Fourth one, coordinates, connect to doctors, hospital or social workers and other resources. Fifth one, evaluate, see if the care plan is working. Six, we have speak for the patients to get the best care possible. What is the aim? Okay, so the good summary of Lyons aim for case management, here a simple breakdown of each point. Sabi nga niya po dyan, cost-effective care. Providing good quality care without unnecessary expenses. Alternatives to institutionalizations, helping patients receive care at home or in the community instead being confined in the hospitals or long-term facilities. The third one is access to care, making sure our patients can easily get the services they need, and coordinated services. So we need to linking health, socials, and community services so our patients don't get lost in their system. And lastly, we need to improve our patients improve functional capacity. So supporting patients so they can live as independently as actively as possible. So in short, Lyons emphasized that case management should save costs, reduce hospital stay, improve access, connect services, and help our patient functions better in the daily life. Okay. The overall goal of case management is to improve the coordinations of services for our clients enrolled in a care management programs. So this is a collaborative process that brings together patients, families, and healthcare providers to ensure that the care is well organized and effective. So ang case management is a concept that is evidence-based, meaning it relies on the proven methods and research to guide the decisions. It also a patient-centered, focusing on the unique needs, values, and preferences of each individual. So at the same time, it is a clinical care focus, aiming to enhance the health outcomes by addressing the medical, social, and functional aspect of our patient's care in the integrated way. Okay, in the care coordinations, who is the target? The target here is the people with chronic illnesses who are at risk for serious health problems and costly care. So what it does? So look at all the problems that may increase the patient risk and teaches our patients how to take care of themselves and make the most of their treatment. Brings together different part of care so everything works smoothly and keeps track of patient's progress and catches problem early. So ang pinaka-goal dito na is to improve care quality, help patients stay healthier, and prevent unnecessary hospitalizations and high medical costs. Transitional care management. So what it is, it's support given to patients right after they leave the hospital. So paano po yun? How it works? The patient sees their doctors or practitioners in person within the 7-14 days after discharge. And they also receive care coordination services. So ang main purpose natin dito is to prevent readmissions. So keep our patient from going back to the hospital. Second, teach our patients and caregivers so they better understand the illness or diseases, the discharge instructions given by the hospital, and how to manage the medications correctly. The third one, we need to coordinate care and the resources so the patients get the right medical support services. So here, it acts as the bridge between hospital care and home or community care so that our patients' recovery continues safely. Next one, the origin or origins of case management. So, where it is started. So, that is mentally ill patients to help them get treatment and community support instead of just being institutionalized. Number two, we have your elderly patients. To coordinate care, manage multiple needs, and avoid unnecessary hospital stay. And then the third one, the community setting to bring together health and social services so people could receive care closer to home. So who studied and used it first? Okay, public health to connect people with preventive and community services. In mental health, to provide ongoing support and avoid the relapse or hospitalizations. And third one, we have the long-term care to organize services for older adults and those who with chronic diseases. In the public health, community service coordinations in the early 1900s served as the forerunner of case management in public health. During this time, programs were designed to educate our communities about sanitations, nutritions, and disease preventions with the goal of improving overall health and well-being. So si Lillian Wald and Mary Brewster were the pioneers in this movement. So leading initiative at the Henry Street Settlement House in New York City. So their work focused on bringing nursing care, education, and social services directly to the undeserved populations, establishing a model of coordinated care that laid the foundations for modern care or modern case management practices. In 1960s to 1970s, mental health care placed strong emphasis on moving patients out of mental health institutions and reintegrating them into the community. However, the Congress recognized that many individuals with disabilities were deinstitutionalized without having their basic needs met, proper follow-up care, or adequate healthcare monitoring. So there is a lack of coordinated support often resulted in poor outcomes, including the frequent readmissions to state hospitals. So si Crosby in 1987 and Pittman 1989 highlighted that more systemic approach to service delivery could have prevented many of these readmissions, underscoring the importance of structured case management in mental health care. Okay, that is case management in behavioral health. In Case Management Tracking System or CMTS, was developed to ensure that all our patients receive consistent follow-up care. So its purpose is to make sure no patient is too lost to follow up and that every individual's progress is monitored closely. So through the case management tracking system, patients who are not showing improvement can be quickly identified, allowing for timely interventions and additional support. So this system helps strengthen continuity of care and improve the overall patient's outcomes. Okay, the case management and the elderly. So there is an age generic program often falls short in adequately addressing the unique needs of our older adults. So many elderly individuals have population-specific healthcare requirements that demand specialized attention. So case management focuses particularly on the elderly populations, especially those who are homebound and face complex health challenges. So older adults often require not only medical care but also clear informations about the available options, access to supportive services, and consistent follow-up assistance to ensure their well-being and quality of life. This is specific case management. So individuals with high cost or high volume acute and chronic medical conditions such as COPD or yung ating chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and CHF or yung congestive heart failure require targeted case management. So the primary goal is to help them remain as healthy as possible and maintain stability within their home environment. So by focusing on proactive care and support, unnecessary hospitalizations can be reduced while improving their overall quality of life. What is the purpose of case management? So case management, care management, and care coordinations are both patient-centered and system-centered processes. From the patient-centered perspective, case management focuses on improving self-management of chronic diseases, empowering individuals to take an active role in their health. On the other hand, system-centered side, these processes acknowledge that healthcare resources are finite and therefore must be utilized efficiently. They are designed to promote and integrate patient care by coordinating clinical services and linking them with community services and agencies, ensuring comprehensive and continuous support. Okay, the care management. Yung tinatawag nating Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality or AHRQ highlights the three strategies for effective care or case management. First, First, it is important to identify the populations with modifiable risk, meaning groups of people whose health risks can be reduced or managed through proper interventions. Second, case management services should be aligned to the specific needs of these populations, ensuring that care plans are tailored and appropriate. And lastly, it is essential to identify, prepare and integrate the right personnel such as the nurses, social workers, or care coordinators who can deliver the needed services effectively and consistently. Care coordinations. Case management involves collaborating with patients to develop personalized plan of care and patient-centered goal. It also focuses on helping our patients build better chronic diseases, self-management skills so they can take an active role in maintaining their health. So in addition, case managers provides coordination of services, ensuring the patients receive seamless care across the different providers, settings, and community resources. Utilization review and managed care. So according to the Case Management Society of America, or the utilization review is defined as the evaluation of medical appropriateness or medical necessity of care. So the process helps ensure that patients receive the right care at the right time, ultimately leading to improved clinical outcomes while also reducing the healthcare costs. Trends that influence case management. In the 1970s, numerous trends have shaped the development of case management programs. So one of the major factors had been continuous rise in healthcare costs, which has pushed health systems to find more efficient ways to deliver care. At the same time, the populations have been aging, leading to significant increase in the number of older adults who often have complex chronic health needs. So as elderly population continues to grow, case management become an essential strategy to ensure quality, coordinated, and cost-effective care. Challenges in healthcare reimbursement. So the Title 3 or Title 3 of the Patients Protections and Affordable Care Act focuses on improving the quality and efficient health care. So under these provisions, the Center for Medicare and Medical Services introduced the value-based purchasing program designed for hospital, post-acute care providers, and practitioners. So these programs aim to enhance patient outcomes while ensuring that resources are more effectively linking reimbursement to the quality rather than the quantity of care delivered. Access to healthcare for more Americans. So more on the American side kasi ito. So the Protections and Affordable Care Act has enabled more Americans to gain insurance coverage and access to healthcare services. So as a result, case managers has developed and expanded to meet the needs of a more diverse patients populations. They now play a crucial role in helping individuals navigate the healthcare system, ensuring access to appropriate services, and coordinating care across the various settings to improve outcomes and efficiency. Dito naman sa Pilipinas, meron po tayong PhilHealth na ginagamit din po ng mga elders po natin. So, they can access freely naman po yun. Okay? In education and preparation for case managers, early case management roles evolve depending on the needs of healthcare organizations. Initially, social workers often assume the role of discharge planners, helping patients transition from hospital to home or community care. However, as a client healthcare needs become more complex, nurses took on the role of case manager, bringing their clinical expertise to the processes. So the combined strength of nurses' medical knowledge and social workers' community services background are created more effective system to guide patients or to guide our clients through the increasingly complex healthcare system. Okay, the nurse case manager in rural areas promotes nurses case management positions and provide them with continuing education program to necessary job related experiences. So the education level of nurses care manager varies depending on the setting and locations. In many cases, they hold a baccalaureate degree, while other settings, particularly in urban areas, a master degree is required. So nurse care managers in urban environments are often academically prepared in both theory and clinical experiences, reflecting the higher educational standards available. In contrast, those practicing in rural areas may not have access to master-level academic programs, resulting in reliance on nurses with bachelor's degree or other qualifications to fulfill the role. Case manager certifications options. There are two options. We have the Case Management Society of America and then we have the American Nurses Credentialing Centers. The nurse care managers have two main options for professional certifications. The Case Management Society of America offers certification programs that emphasize the case management standards, best practices, and professional development. Meanwhile, the American Nurses Credentialing Center provides certifications specifically designed for nurses, highlighting the advanced clinical expertise and specialized knowledge in case management. Both options strengthen professional credibility, promote competency, and support career advancement in the field of case management. The commissions for case manager certifications. To qualify the case management certifications, An individual must license healthcare professionals or hold a degree in health or human services and meet the specific requirements or meet the specific experiences requirements. So this includes 12 months of case management practice under the supervisions of certified case manager, or 24 months of full-time case management experience, 12 months in supervisory role overseeing individual who provide case management. So these requirements ensure that certified case manager process the educational background, clinical expertise, and practical experience needed to deliver effective, coordinated, and patient-centered care. Okay. The American Nurses Credential Center requires applicants for case management certifications to hold a current, active registered nurse license in the United States or its territories, or the legally recognized equivalent in other countries. So applicants here must also have practiced the equivalent of at least 2 years full-time as RN with a minimum of 2,000 hours of clinical practice in case management nursing within the last 3 years. So additionally, they must have completed 30 hours of continuing educations in case management nursing during the same year period, ensuring both clinical expertise and ongoing professional development. Okay, the case manager services. There are 6 essential components of case management, include client identifications and engagement, where eligible individuals were identified and involved in the services. Assessment, which gathers comprehensive information about the client's needs and strengths. Okay, care plan development, creating a personalized plan with clear goals and interventions. Implementation and coordination of plan of care, ensuring resources and services are delivered efficiently or effectively. Monitoring and evaluations. Okay, that is tracking programs and adjusting the plan as needed. And finally, closure of professional services, which occurs when goals are achieved or case management is no longer required. Case manager roles and characteristics. According to the Case Management Society of America, the essential activities of case management, which may vary depending on the program services, including the assessment, gathering of information about the client's need and resources, planning and developing individualized care strategies facilitations, ensuring timely and appropriate delivery of services. Okay? Advocacy, that is promoting the client's best interest with the healthcare system, and collaboration. So working with clients, families, and interdisciplinary teams to achieve the optimal outcomes. Okay, case identifications. So in case identification, in care case management is guided by each program specific criteria for eligibility, which are influenced by the nature of the services provider, the location of those services, and the population served. For example, eligibility may differ depending whether the client is acute care setting or hospital environment. So ensuring that the resources are directed towards the individuals who can most benefit case management services. Referral processes. In acute care hospital setting, the referral process for case management is open based on the specific factors such as patient diagnosis, extended length of stay, or the risk of rehospitalizations. So to identify individuals who would benefit most from case management, hospital use a variety of tools including the health risk screening tools and evidence-based criteria and risk stratification through the data management. Additionally, referrals may come directly from hospitals, healthcare providers, or families, ensuring that the patients with complex needs are connected to appropriate case management services. Okay, application of case management in community setting or community health. Case management is utilized across community health setting, which interventions tailored to the primary, secondary, or tertiary level of prevention. So depending on the specific community programs and the population served. So this flexibility allows case managers to promote health, prevent the diseases, manage the existing conditions, and support recovery or rehabilitations in alignment within the unique needs of individuals and communities. Okay, the primary care or chronic care management. The Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services established criteria and reimbursement guidelines for chronic case management and transitional care management in the primary setting to enhance patient outcomes and reduce preventable hospitalizations. So, eligible patients are those with two or more chronic conditions that place them at high risk or functional decline or death within the next 12 months. In this model, care coordinators plays a vital role by collaborating with patients and caregivers to improve self-management of disease and provide educations and coordinates services. So the goal here is to empower the patients access care appropriately and efficiently, ultimately leading to the better quality of life and reduced healthcare costs. Transitional care management help patients smoothly move from hospital to home by providing follow-up visit and care coordinations for 30 days after discharge, open through the referral from doctors or hospitals staff. So the patient-centered medical home offers safe, team-based primary care that focus on the patient's needs and long-term health. Care coordinations and case management ensures that our patients receive comprehensive, high-quality, cost-effective care by organizing services across the different providers and settings to improve health outcomes and prevent unnecessary complications. Okay, high-risk settings are specialized healthcare environments that provides focused services to clients with increased medical needs. So this includes high-risk perinatal clients who require extra monitoring during pregnancy, transplant clients who need careful management to prevent organ rejections and infections, dialysis patients who requires regular kidney function support, and cancer patients who need complex treatment and symptoms management. So these settings aim to provide intensive coordinated care to prevent complications and improve outcomes for vulnerable populations. Okay, in the public health clinic settings, nurses focus on promoting health and preventing illness across the lifespan. So they provide educations, health screenings, and referral as needed. So in pediatric care, they work with parents to teach about the nutrition, growth and development, and anticipatory guidance to support the healthy child development. Sa older adults naman, they offer nutrition education, hypertension screening, assistance with medication management, and guidance in managing chronic diseases to maintain independence and improve quality of life. Okay, occupational health settings. Nurses help keep employees healthy through the health educations and prevention programs. So they can provide primary preventions by offering classes and activities that promote wellness for all employees. Secondary preventions targets employees at risk, such as those who with hypertensions or other chronic conditions through the screening and early interventions. And tertiary prevention naman mga anak, support employees recovering from injuries or illnesses by monitoring their recovery, coordinating therapy, and helping them safely return to work. Home health and hospice setting. So nurses and care manager or case managers provides primary, secondary, and tertiary prevention to support patients' health and quality of life. Using a case management model, they coordinate care through referrals, comprehensive assessment, medication management, patients and family educations, and the development of individualized plan of care. So this approach ensure that our patients receive appropriate, continuous, and holistic care in their homes or end-of-life settings. Research in case management. So clearly defined patients and program outcomes are essential for evaluating the effectiveness of the program. So research in this area continues to focus disease management, evidence-based practice, roles and function of case managers, models of care, transition of care, and contributions to quality improvement. So this research help refine strategies, improving patient outcomes, and guide best practices in the case management. So yan lang po ang kailangan po nating mapag-aralan for the case management. So thank you for listening.